and welcome to Sue Rogers Unedited. I am Sue Rogers. Divorce after getting off birth control. Recently, I heard a lot that made sense, actually, about how being on hormone birth control changes women and what they look for in a mate. And potentially you're attracted to a different type of partner than you would be without your body being warped by these hormones that aren't supposed to be there. And it got me thinking, this makes a lot of sense because I know a lot of people my age bracket that after they were done having kids, or somewhere in the mix of having kids, because when you are having kids, you're not on hormone birth control. You are off of that stuff and letting it clear out of your system when you're pregnant and having kids. So you can't be on birth control. And well, I guess some people can be on birth control and get pregnant. But what I noticed that like a lot of it, like we were all having kids at the same time, these other women that I were around. And not too long after they were done having some kids, they were divorcing. I feel like there's quite a massive amount of people that I knew personally that we all got married around the same time. We all started having kids around the same time. And then a bunch of them all got freaking divorced. Not that I knew personally enough to know what was going on, and I don't care, like, it's not my business. But it was an observation of, all of these women with these young kids are getting divorces from their husbands. And who knows what really all was going on. But I can tell you that I'm one of the very few people in my generation that was not on hormone birth control. I've talked about it on this podcast. My mom had said that women in our family don't do well on it. And I experimented a couple of times, but it was never on any of them for more than like 3 months because it would wreck my body. Like horrible side effects that aren't even listed as side effects would happen to my body. And I knew immediately that it was from the hormone birth control because nothing else had changed in my life or my diet or my habits or anything. So it was easy to pinpoint that, oh, this shit's bad. And they say, oh, you have to give it like 3 to 6 months for your body to get used to it. That is some of the biggest bullshit advice I've ever heard. You're gonna let it take longer than 3 months for your body to reject something to think that it's gonna stop rejecting it? Garbage, garbage, garbage advice. So I'm still married to the guy that I've been with and had my 2 kids with, and we've been married for 20 years, together for 22 years. And marriage is work, you guys. Like you can't just think it's all gonna like be perfect every day. But I'm still just as physically attracted to this guy as I was back when we first started dating. And I was not on any of the 3-month rounds of 2 types of birth control that I was on when I met and started dating him. So what they say is that when you're on birth control, you're attracted to like a simpler man, softer man, less masculine man. And you guys, this is not me. This is what I have heard and read about. Okay, I am not making this up. This is from the information that I found fascinating. So then when you're off the birth control and you realize, oh, I'm with this guy that's not like as manly of a man as my natural hormone system would want to be with, I don't know, I found it fascinating and interesting and not surprising. Like when your body is thrown out of, I apologize for my dog. When your body is thrown out of whack, your hormones mess with your brain and you're not thinking normally. So it's really not surprising. And just another reason also why ladies, you should not be on hormone birth control. It is terrible, terrible, terrible for the body in so many ways. Like, it's hijacking your endocrine system and tricking your body into thinking that it's pregnant when it's not. And then it's clouding your judgment on what type of man you're attracted to, if you're into men. And then it's potentially causing many, many other things. I'm not gonna go off topic here, but it's terrible for your body. And it makes a lot of sense. And maybe if this like resonates with you, if you were on birth control and you are no longer with the guy you got married to when you were on all the birth control, and this resonates with you, I would love to know. I would like to see some real world validity to this from actual women and not just this study that I have read and heard about. So curious if this is you. If so, please let me know. And if it is you and you want to talk about it and have a fun conversation about it, I am all ears and booking for more guests this season on the podcast. So contact me, reach out if I know you personally, or if I don't know you at all, that's probably even better, because then your network and my network don't cross paths and your story can be shared with people that are outside of your network if you don't want them to hear about it. So you can find me. To contact me, go to my website, www.balancedaylife.com. There's a little pop-up that comes up right away to ask to be added to the email list. The other option that's really easy, Facebook, Instagram at Balanced Day Life. And I officially have an Instagram account for the podcast, Sue Rogers Unedited. Building that one out. So if you haven't followed and liked that one yet, please do. It's brand new. I've only got one post on it and working on adding more to build that one out, to have that one up and running. And then you can find the podcast on Anchor, Spotify, YouTube. Like, subscribe, share, especially if you have someone that you think this might resonate with, send it out to them. If you're with your new man now, that's a manly guy, post being on hormones, congratulations. I hope you're happy in whatever scenario you are in, whether you're still with the same guy or realized that something needed to shift hormonally as well as externally. And get off the fucking birth control. Get off of it. Get off of it. Don't put your daughters on it. You don't need it. There's a million ways to not get pregnant without being on birth control. I am proof, because I was literally only on it for like 6 months of my life and only got pregnant when I was actually trying to get pregnant. It's not rocket science, you guys. All right. Have a good one.